Welcome to the next review section of A Course in Miracles. So when you get to this part in your book, you have a book, right? You bought a book. I just ordered a second book actually so that I could have one to lug around with me. And I believe it's a different publisher, and maybe one of these days I'll compare. They are different. Not the words so much as just the way that they are published. Like this one has a lot of bold print in it, which seems to serve me when we do videos because I kind of know what to emphasize. But then the other one has the paragraphs numbered. So just depends on what you want. I don't know, but I like that one too. So you're allowed to love it all. Review number 4, actually, if you've been keeping track. And even Jesus is like, now we review again. This time aware, we are preparing for the second part of learning how the truth can be applied. So today and for the next, I want to say 5 lessons. This is going to take us up to lesson 150, not this video, but this introduction. So if you need to come back to lesson 141 to listen to this first little part that I'm going to read to you, you can do that. And then the reviews are super quick. Like today for lesson 141, we are reviewing lesson 121 and 122. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. Forgiveness offers everything I want. My mind holds only what I think with God. So the actual lesson today for 141 is my mind holds only what I think with God. And we're thinking back to lesson 121 and 122. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. Forgiveness offers everything I want. So it's kind of in your ballpark what you want to do with how often you think about this today, how often you review it. You kind of know what works for you at this point. So you can meditate on those and review them and think about them as often as you like. Today, we will begin to concentrate on readiness for what will follow next. So we're kind of moving into like a new part. Such is our aim for this review for the lessons following. Thus, we review the recent lessons and their central thoughts in such a way as will facilitate the readiness that we would now achieve. So do what you want. There is a central theme, of course, that unifies each step in the review we undertake over the next few days, which can be simply stated in these words: my mind holds only what I think with God. So hopefully we're stepping into like more of a mind clarification within ourselves. Hopefully we're starting to feel it and nurture it and practice it. That is a fact. My mind holds only what I think with God and represents the truth of what you are and what your Father is. It is this thought by which the Father gave creation to the Son, establishing the Son as co-creator, that's you, with himself. It is this thought that fully guarantees salvation to the Son. For in his mind, no thoughts can dwell but those his Father shares. Lack of forgiveness blocks this thought from his awareness, yet it is forever true. So we're going to keep on our forgiveness practice as we review the next few days. And let us begin our preparation with some understanding of the many forms in which the lack of true forgiveness may be carefully concealed. Because they are illusions, they are not perceived to be what they are, defenses that protect your unforgiving thoughts from being seen and recognized. Their purpose is to show you something else and hold correction off through self-deceptions made to take its place. So we're really going to be starting to become very aware of how we deceive ourselves by our lack of forgiveness. And yet, your mind holds only what you think with God. Your self-deceptions cannot take the place of truth. No more than a child who throws a stick into the ocean change the coming and going of the tides. the warming of the water by the sun, the sliver of the moon on whatever night. Okay, Course in Miracles, just roll with the poetry here. So do we stand each practice period in this review with readying our minds to understand the lessons we read and see the meaning that they offer us. So there is some suggestions here. Begin each day with time devoted to the preparation of your mind to learn what each idea you will review that day can offer you in freedom and in peace. Open your mind and clear it of all thoughts that would deceive, and let this thought alone engage it fully and remove the rest. My mind holds only what I think with God. So that's actually every day up until lesson 150. That's what we're going to say every day. I'm seeing it now. I'm seeing it now. My mind holds only what I think with God. That's what you tell yourself every day until further notice. My mind holds only what I think with God. So 5 minutes with this thought will be enough to set the day along the lines which God appointed. So you set the course for the day with what God appointed, and to place His mind in charge of all the thoughts you will receive that day. So we're definitely stepping more into the energy of handing it over to God, giving Jesus the wheel. Like, let's let Holy Spirit guide our actions on this day. What is the divine will of God for me this day? My mind holds only what I think with God. So these thoughts, they will not come from you alone, for they will all be shared with Him. And so each one will bring the message of His love to you, returning messages of yours to Him. So will communion with the Lord of hosts, that's cool, be yours, as He Himself has willed it be. And as His own completion joins with Him, so will He join with you, who are as complete as you unite with Him and He with you. All right, so after your preparation, merely read each of the 2 ideas assigned to you to be reviewed that day. So you just read the 2 ideas, you close your eyes, say them slowly to yourself. There is no hurry now, for you are using time for its intended purpose. Let each word shine with the meaning God has given it, and it was given to you through His voice. So you say the 2 lines of the review days, and then you just meditate upon them. Close your eyes, say them slowly to yourself, give 5 minutes. Let each word shine with the meaning God has given it, and let each idea which you review that day give you the gift that He has laid in it for you to have of Him. And we will use no format for our practicing but this. It's like, do what you want, but here it is actually. Each hour of the day, bring your mind the thought with which the day began, and spend a quiet moment with it. Then repeat the 2 ideas you practice for the day unhurriedly. So we're going to practice unhurriedly with time enough to see the gifts that they contain for you. So that's why it's like, yeah, kind of, you know what works for you. You know how much time you need to put on this. Maybe you need more than others because you really like to sit with it. Let them be received where they were meant to be. They have gifts in them. Sit with it. Receive the gifts. We add no other thoughts, but let these be the messages they are. We need no more than this to give us happiness and rest and endless quiet, perfect certainty in all our Father wills that we receive as the inheritance we have of Him. So we just let ourselves absorb the meaning of the messages, and each day of practicing as we review, we close as we began. repeating the first thought that made the day a special time of blessing and of happiness for us, which was, my mind holds only what I think with God. And through our faithfulness, restored the world from darkness to the light, from grief to joy, from pain to peace, from sin to holiness, from all things bad to good. It doesn't say that, but I mean, that's basically what it's saying. We restore it back to where it is, where it needs to be. So God offers thanks to you who practice thus the keeping of his word. And as you give your mind to the ideas for the day before you sleep, his gratitude surrounds you in the peace wherein he wills you be forever, and are learning now to claim again as your inheritance. So I think what I'm going to do is just publish this intro video by itself, because like we will have like a Jesus commentary from Tina Louise Spalding's video. Well, Jesus has something to say every single day. I'm pretty sure I remember that. Plus we'll read that, and the pathways of light. They have things to say. So we're going to do this for lesson 141 to 150. My mind holds only what I think with God. We're going to review the 2 little past lessons for the day. We're going to sit with it in the morning. Each hour of the day, we're going to bring our mind the thought with which the day began. We're going to just sit with it a moment. My mind holds only what I think with God. We're going to read the 2 ideas to be reviewed that day. We're going to close our eyes. We're going to receive the gifts. I mean, it's really a nice review practice. And it also is going to be what you make of it. So don't just be like, oh, review days, I got these days off. No. No, you don't. But, be easy about it. And this is what time was intended for, to use it, to sit with these and let them work their miracle on you, and know it more and more that your mind is one with God. And that makes you a co-creator of your life, of your dream life, but nonetheless your life. Okay, so anyways, that's the 4th review introduction, and get on with it. Skip on over to lesson 141.